Hello everybody. I'm going to try to install Laravel on the Vagrant Box. So first thing we're going to do is go to Laravel website, and there's a documentation for installing the homestead and the Vagrant Box. So let's go ahead to go to homestead, and there's you don't have to read all those. We can go straight to, if you want to go ahead and read it, that's fine. But we can go to step one. First thing we need to do is just install the VirtualBox, and just pick the file based on the operating system you're running. So I installed this AMD 64 because I'm running the Mac. Alright, so since I already installed this, so it's easy. It only takes you like 3 minutes. And then after you successfully install the VirtualBox, you need to open the Vagrant Box and install that as well. So there's a Mac, Windows, Debian, and CentOS. And assume that you installed that successfully. Next step would be we're going to opening up the terminal, and we're going to make sure that we are in the home directory. And then next step is we're going to add the box. And if you're wondering what we're adding, Vagrant has different boxes. So I have a list of boxes here. So Ubuntu Trusty 64, HashiCorp, Laravel, Precise 32, 64, and etc. etc. So today we're going to install a Laravel Homestead box because we're going to install the Laravel Framework. So now we're going to copy this line of code and paste it here and run it. Now, since we are adding the box to VirtualBox, just like we looked at it here, so we could have picked the VMware, but we picked the VirtualBox. So it's up to you. Whichever you want to install, that is totally your preference. So in this case, I installed the VirtualBox. So I'm going to pick the one. So now it's going to go ahead and install the Vagrant Box, not install, but adding the Vagrant Box to my VirtualBox. So this should take less than 30 seconds. All right, it's almost done. Okay, so adding the Laravel Homestead Vagrant Box is completely done. So now let's go to next step. Now we're going to run this command, which basically it clones the homestead onto the Vagrant Box. There we go, it's done. And next step is basically we need to go into this folder. All right, so we need to go to the homestead folder right here, and then we need to run this command. All right, it's good. So that creates that little folder right here. Now we can go see what's inside. As you can see, and let's go outside, and then we're gonna do cd. Now if we go inside, there's a homestead YAML file. Now we're gonna open that right there. So we're gonna be modifying that. So we can use the Vim. And here, this is a configuration for our server. So folders, we can leave it the way it is, or we can customize it. Right now, out of box, as you can see, anytime you go to the code right here, this link, it's pointing to this path. I really don't want to put it in the home directory, but what I like to do is I want to put it into my own directory. So let me open another shell, and then let's see where I'm gonna put. So my home directory. So I like to put it in my documents folder. So I'm gonna do documents. If I see there's some stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead, create the code folder inside. So I'm gonna make directory code. Now if I switch to code, and I'm gonna grab this path, okay, and then I'll come over here. I will replace this with mine. There you go. And what I like is I want to keep consistent lowercase everywhere. And then also I like to change it from here all the way and replace it with mine. Now I want to call it, let's say, developer. Since machine names is developer, I'm going to put it developer. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then another thing, I like to add application environment name. So I'm going to put it right here. So, which means this is going to, it shows application environment, which is local. You can add that, and yeah, that's it. We can go ahead, save it. Okay, done. Let's go up here a little bit. Okay, so next step is host files. So let's go and check out the host files. Okay, so basically, this is my host file. Anytime, we can actually use the IP address, but who wants to remember all these numbers, right? So I'd rather use human readable, like a host name or domain name, rather than just IP address. So anytime you go to your browser and type HTTP developer, this points to this IP address. And as you can see, I have this set up already. If I didn't have it, then I would add this one. Now let's get out of here, and basically what I got the IP address is that every time you go to that IP address, which is right here, this points to this box. And inside the box, then I have the different names. So for example, if you go to developer, then this will point to this path, this location right here. And you can add different sites. So you can have more than, hundreds or 200s, depending on your system's ability, how much space and how much RAM you have. Okay. Now let's exit out of here. And yes, that's about it. Now all we have to do is we need to start the Vagrant Box now. To do that, we can go to Homestead folder inside, as you can see. Then we can run Vagrant up. Okay, so it's complaining about this path is missing, so we need to go troubleshoot why it's missing. All right, so basically what I did was I had to go back to Homestead YAML file, and since this CD code does not exist, it doesn't exist. If you remember, we put it in my documents, which means users developer slash documents, and then inside documents folder we put a code. So but Homestead Vagrant is looking for these, so all I had to do is go and correct that path. So there you go, and now it's running. Beautiful. There you go, it's finished. Now all we have to do, just go in here, HTTP, we just put the developer, now beautiful. So it's basically what it's doing is it's pointing to the empty location, of course, because in the code we don't have anything. So if you go to my documents and code, there's nothing there. So we need to go to find the Laravel. Now we need to install the Laravel framework, okay? We can copy from here and install it, or we can find in the GitHub, it's another easy way, and just type Laravel. The first thing comes up is right here, copy the HTTPS, and then you go to your documents folder. Okay, actually it's in code folder, document my code folder, and then you say git clone and paste it. And what it does is it's basically copy the Laravel box framework onto your Vagrant box. There you go, done. Now since already installed, if you go back here and refresh it, now you should see a different result. There you go. Whoa, all right, much better. But I don't like these old ugly kind of messages. So I know why we're getting that. So I'm going to go back to my framework. So I'm going to do Laravel. Now inside I have this bunch of files. So I need to run composer install or update. In this case, we're going to do install. This is first time. So what it does is it basically goes out there and updates all the folders, dependencies, and of course is auto-loading, correcting all the path. That's what's doing right now. It's going to take at least a couple of minutes. Done. So let's install everything. As you can see, it goes so fast. Installed all the cache, routing, process, events, parsers, cron, everything else, as you can see. All right. So now if I go back to my browser and refresh it, voila, Laravel installed successfully on Vagrant Box. All right, that's it. It's very, very simple. You can just practice a couple times and it should be good to go. Thanks for watching, and talk to you in next video.